Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm in Azure. Hope you all are doing good and safe wherever you are. If you are new to the channel, I'm Vinod. I create content related to Azure and latest tech stack on Azure. So in our last session, we were discussing a bit on the Microsoft Fabric, how the portal look like, what is the purpose of it, what are the different features that they have implemented. So in also we have created a data lake, not data lake, it's a lake house that we have created, and I have shown you how can we import data into that. So in today's video we are going to discuss more on that, how can we navigate in the portal, then what are the different sections we have when we try to access that lake house, all that. And also at the end I will try to cover a bit on the uh, shortcuts that we discussed again, like how can we create shortcuts, and how can we use it. That is something that we are going to discuss today. So let's get started. So this is the same portal that we were using, and I have explained you how can you get access to this portal in my session 1. So here over here you can go to, or else maybe you might see it initially, this one, um, like the PowerShell, sorry, not the PowerShell, Power BI window here. And you can just switch to Microsoft Fabric to look at the look and feel of Microsoft Fabric. And you already know that it supports multiple analytical engines. So today we are going to explore the navigation of Lakehouse. So it will be under the data engineering. So what you can do is you can just click on this and you can go to data engineering part. And then I have created a couple of workspaces. Even this I have explained you how can you create workspaces, all that. I will create one more again now. So I will put a name it as a Lake House demo. Okay, and you can give some description to that. This is to demo Lake House and shortcuts, something like this. And then you can have some additional parameters that you want, you can add some image to your this one, and then you can just click on apply. So this will create a new lake house for us. Not the lake house, it's a workspace actually. And inside workspace you can create different things here. Like you can create data pipelines, you can create the gen 2, like the data flows that are available in ADF pipelines, all that. They have different things. Again, a bit you can explore this in my session 1. So even we have discussed that there are 4 types of data sets that we can create, like a lake house, KQL database, or else the data warehouse, all that. So lake house is something that we are going to explore, right? So what you can do is you can go to your workspace. Right now I'm in my workspace, and then you can just go to create new, and then you can create a lake house from here. So when you create a lake house, again, uh, I explained that we will see 3 entities that will be created. So I will just name it as a lake house POC. 3 entities. One is one which stores actually your files. Uh, One is a read-only connection, that is where you can just connect it as a SQL connector, and you can write queries on top of that. And there is where one that stores the metadata also. So that you can see when you go to workspaces, Lakehouse demo, and over here you will see, oh, it is still creating. It is still in the creation phase. You will see a pop-up showing here in a bit of time that it is created. But if you look at this, you have 3 objects that were created. One is semantic model, which will help you to integrate with Power BI and create visualizations. Then you have SQL analytical endpoint, which will be a read-only endpoint, or else read-only kind of access, where you can just go and write your SQL queries. We have written some SQL queries in our session 1 also. And then Lakehouse is where you will store your files and tables, which is very similar to whatever you see in your Databricks also. Now, in terms of the navigation, you have over here uh, this section, which where you will see your files and folders that you upload. and then the tables, the data tables that you import. Uh, Again, the import, how do you import data? You can you have multiple options. You see this, you can use your data flows or else ADF pipelines. You can write your notebooks and write PySpark or Python script, and then you can import it. This is something that we are going to explore in our next session slowly. But my intention is, how do we create the shortcuts? Okay. Uh, Even I have explained that OneLake is the um kind of data store that it works in the backend, and on top of that, all your data sets will be created, like the KQL database or OneLake or the data warehouse, all that. So it will be only one glass where all your data will be stored. You will not, you don't need the data to be copied or moved here and to the other systems. That's the beauty that the Fabric will take you to. So now importing data is something I explained in my section 1, so I'm not going to do that. What my intention is, how can we create a shortcut? Now, to explain it more better, we need to understand what is a shortcut. So shortcut is nothing but if you have your data stored on somewhere else, it is again, you can have internal shortcut which will be pointing to a internal storage, in the sense you can have one more lake house, or you can point it to a data warehouse, and then you can reuse those uh, data or storage instead of copying it or moving it to this place. Also, you can point it to an external endpoint. So external endpoints, so today it supports AWS S3 bucket, or else your ADFS storage account, Gen2 storage account. So that is something that it right now supporting. Eventually in future we will see more on that. Uh, so now I will show you how to connect to an external storage over here. External in the sense which is on this one, um, an ADFS, Azure Storage. Um, Azure Data ADLS, I'm so sorry, ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage. So how can we connect to that? So to show that, I actually created a storage account already, and I have imported a few data into this. So I have two CSV files and a Parquet file. And over here, it was just I created a storage account with the name MS Fabric shortcut POC, and in that we have a container named sales data, and inside that we have those files. So I will be linking this to that, and you will see this. We don't need to import this data again over there. You can just use whatever you have it here. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so I will just import it here. Again, if you remember, the kind of data that we store here is one is managed portion of data that we generally store in the tables, and the other one is unmanaged portion of data that we store in the folders. So if you have a proper table structure format, then kind of delta data, then it generally goes into this table, and your CSV files, Parquet files, or some PDF files or JSON files, images will all go in this folder. So this all you know. And shortcuts, shortcut is nothing but a pointer or else an object which will be created in a OneLake, and it will be pointing to a location. So the pointing location can be again an internal and external that I already explained. But where can you create this shortcut is something that we are going to explore. So shortcut, if you are looking on the unmanaged portion, you can actually create it uh, different levels. Different levels in the sense, if you are going to create it for a table, it will be available only at the top level. But for the file system, you actually can create it at subfolder levels also. Let's say if I have created something like this, a subfolder with the name data, so I can create over here also, like a new shortcut can also be created at this place, or else for tables it will be created over here. Now I created here, right? I will be just importing, or else I will be just not importing actually. I will be just adding a new shortcut, and I will be pointing it to the ADLS. Okay, so you have an option. So internal storage, it supports OneLake, and external it today supports two. So that's how it is. So just like how if you have worked on ADF pipelines or ADF, there is something called linked services where you will create your links. That means you will give your connection string, and then you will point to that storage account or a key vault um, or to a SQL server, all that you might have already experienced that. So what I'm going to do, I have the ADLS, right? So I will be just pointing it to that now. So I have the storage account name. I will just copy the name, and then it follows a pattern here. So you need to give it like this: HTTPS colon double slash, and then your storage account name, then followed by dot dfs dot core dot windows dot net. Now, if I give this, you need to provide it in the URL. If the connection string is already available, it will be automatically populated here. I have already created one, so I should be seeing one here. Yeah, yeah. You see this? I have created one connection already here. But if you don't have it here, then you can always create one. I can show you where those will be created. So if you go to your settings, you have a over here manage connections and gateways. When you go inside that, you'll see your connection here. Now what I will do, I will just remove this and I will create a new one. I don't need it anymore. So I will show you how can we create it. So what we need to do, we need to go to data, then new shortcut, and then I will just use this one here. Sorry. And then over here. Now it is not showing up because we have deleted it. Okay. So I'm going to create a new connection. Uh, Type of authentication, you can use your primary key, or else you can use SAS, or if you have a service principal, you can use that. Unfortunately, they haven't included the key vault, which we generally use for security purpose. So hopefully they will add it in near future. So right now I'm going to use account key. So what I will do, I will just go to my storage account and I will fetch that access key. So over here, show, and just copy this, and then I will just use it, and then next. So it will validate the connection, and then it will go to the next step where it will ask for the shortcut. So shortcut is like I have sales data, right? So sales data. You can follow some naming convention. For now, I'm just putting it as SC shortcut, and then you can give the subfolder. Subfolder in the sense slash container slash subfolder. I don't have any subfolders inside my container, so I will be just pointing it to container. But if you have folders inside your container, you can definitely reuse them. So for now, I will be just pointing to my container name. Once I point it to container, right? So it will upload whatever the files, I mean, not upload, it actually just detect all the files, whatever there in the storage account, and it will show it up here. Now you will see the icon also is something a bit different. Folder is like this, and a shortcut is something like this. Okay, now just refresh this. You see all your files are showing up here. You haven't imported it here, or you haven't copied from your notebook or ADF pipeline. You just pointing it to that file, and you will see all data showing up here. You can preview that data also. Now the interesting point is even even this one, if you do a change in your ADF pipeline, right? Not the ADF pipeline, your storage account, it will get automatically it reflects here. I will show you that too. So if you go to one file, any one file, and I will just edit it in the portal itself. So I will just change this to maybe Fabric new, and then just I will save this. Okay, so it was saved actually in the storage account, and um, it is just a link, right? So what you will be seeing is it will be just um, linking it here. That means you will be able to see the latest data here. This is how it is. I hope it clears you the question of how can we create the shortcuts. And one more thing, again, I will try to show you this. There is one more interesting point. I know you might have already aware of this, but if you look at this, okay, sales data. Okay, I am supposed to get the storage account name. Okay, 1 minute, guys. I am just refreshing this. Yeah, I will be copying the storage account name once again. And this time, as you already aware, we have the connection string or the linked service already created, so it should populate automatically. You say this, it is showing up very immediately. Then next, and then I will be just pointing to the same container. This time I will just give it as table hyphen shortcut, because it is pointing to table. Whatever the shortcut name you give it over here, right? So the same will reflect over there. So I'm trying to use the Parquet file CSV files, and I'm trying to import it, not the import it, link it actually. So let's see what difference you will notice. So I'm just pointing to sales data again, the container name, and let's create it. Okay, so you see here, uh, slowly it will go to unmanaged portion, because it will not support the CSV file Parquet files, right? So it will slowly go to unmanaged section. So this is how it is saying unmanaged or undefined. So what when you go over here, what it is saying is you have an option to move it to file section. So that is you can move it to here. But right now it is not supporting. Maybe eventually they bring this also. Maybe it's a kind of limitation on their end. The warning, it is clearly saying unable to identify that as a table. So it is not able to create a shortcut. And they are asking us to move it to files, but the shortcuts cannot be moved directly, so you have to recreate it. So that's what they are telling. Even if you try it to move it, you will get some error saying that you can't move it. Okay, now when you delete a shortcut, what will happen? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to delete. What it is saying, are you sure you want to delete? The action will only delete the shortcut, not the content. That means your actual content in your storage account will not be get deleted. It will just delete the shortcut. We will see it in some time, but let's see what will happen if I try to delete this one. You see, it is actually saying you want to delete this file. Now, if you delete it from here, it will actually delete it from your storage account. Now let's go and see it in the storage account. You see, this was deleted. But again, this will get deleted only if you have the enough permissions on both levels. If you don't have the right permissions on your storage account, then it will not be get deleted from the Fabric portal. I have the access at both levels, so I was able to delete it. You see, but if you delete the shortcut, you are not actually deleting the data in your destination. Now I deleted the shortcut, right? So but still you will see this data here. You see this data is still here. So this is one thing that I want to uh, help you understand. Okay, now we already created this one, right? Shortcut. Now in my next section, I'm going to explain you how can we use this shortcut. Shortcut is nothing but a symbolic name which will be pointing to some destination, right? So I will show you how to use it in a notebook. How can we do some transition on that data, and then like again uh, maybe how can we create notebooks is something that we can explore in our next session. Hope my content is helpful to you. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And please hit that bell icon also, so that you don't miss any content. Whenever I post a new video, you will get immediate notification and you can follow me. And that will also help me to grow. So thank you so much. That's all for the day. Thank you.